Be warned, this video will contain spoilers. Credit where it's due, Chicago Fire really took a bold and creative approach with Season 14, Episode 5. Titled Ghosts, this one isn't your typical Halloween special with cheap scares or haunted hospital rooms. Instead, it digs deeper, using the idea of ghosts as a metaphor for memories, regrets, and emotional weight, and that's what makes it stand out. Even though there technically is a ghost in this episode, the story feels far more heartfelt and grounded than you'd expect from a Halloween-themed hour. The main ghost story centers on Joe Cruz, who finds himself haunted, not by a spirit in the traditional sense, but by a mystery that feels almost supernatural. During a fire at an apartment building, an older man points Cruz toward a woman trapped in apartment K, helping him save her life. But when the smoke clears, the man vanishes completely. Cruz spends the rest of the episode trying to track him down, only to discover something chilling and beautiful at the same time. Violet later shows him a photo of a man who used to live in that same apartment, Daniel Grady, who passed away 3 years earlier. But the real ghosts in this episode aren't the ones you can't see. They're the emotional scars people carry. For Christopher Herman, that's the trauma of losing his home, a story carried over from Mercy. He's still struggling with the aftermath, feeling like a victim, even though he's trying to hold it all together for his family. David Eigenberg once again delivers a powerhouse performance as Herman wrestles with anger, frustration, and vulnerability, while Robin Coffin as Cindy brings warmth and realism to their scenes together. When Cindy tells him that they can't just buy a new house and pretend the pain is gone, it's such a grounded, honest moment that perfectly captures what Chicago Fire does best, finding the humanity beneath the uniform. Meanwhile, the Vasquez storyline takes a darker turn. We finally learn the full extent of Sal Vasquez's father's manipulation, a man so self-serving he pressures his own son to reach out to the widower of a man he accidentally killed, hoping the man's forgiveness will help him get parole. It's twisted, and it says everything about the toxic dynamic between father and son. We also discover that Vasquez's placement at Firehouse 51 wasn't random. His father pulled strings to make it happen, meaning Sal's been under this emotional cloud since day one. Brandon Laracuente does a phenomenal job portraying Vasquez's inner turmoil, the anger, guilt, and exhaustion of being caught in his father's shadow. The ending, when he decides to go along with his father's request despite everything, is heartbreakingly human. You can tell he knows he's making the wrong choice, but sometimes the weight of the past is too heavy to fight. That's the real ghost haunting him, the kind that doesn't vanish when you turn the lights on. If there's one predictable part, it's the setup around Herman's storyline. Mooch's suggestion to host a fundraiser for the Hermans basically guarantees we'll get one of those classic Firehouse 51 speeches at the end, and sure enough, we do. But honestly, that predictability doesn't hurt the episode at all. Chicago Fire has always thrived on those big emotional payoffs, and this one hits exactly where it should. The moment Herman listens to Mooch's heartfelt words from the back room is pure, emotional TV magic. Even when you see the beats coming, Ghosts still delivers the kind of warmth and depth that keeps fans coming back year after year. Whether or not Cruz really saw a spirit doesn't matter. What matters is the feeling that, even in their darkest moments, these characters are never truly alone. That's what Chicago Fire nails with this episode. But what about you? Do you think Cruz really encountered a ghost, or was it something else? Fate, memory, or maybe just his own subconscious guiding him? And how do you feel about Vasquez's decision in the end? Was it weakness or just human nature? Let's talk about it in the comments. I'd love to hear your take on this emotional and surprisingly thoughtful Halloween episode.